today I'm going to try Reisst with acrylic and maybe watercolor paint, gouache. So anything waxy is going to create a Reisst, or you could also use some masking fluid. So I'm going to try with some pastels, and I'm just going to, pick something here. So I'm going to go for this one. And I'm going to make some marks on here before I paint over this. So let's see. So this is white. You won't be able to see it right now. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to try using up some of these little tubes of paint. So you can see where the pastel is, that the ink will not stick to this. Now you can see my little white dots there that I put down with the white pastel. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to put on another layer of pastel and then another layer of paint. So just keep building up layers. I want something kind of bright orange. Bright orange. Okay, well, I'll go with this one. So I'm going to go with another color over top of that. Wonder what would happen if we put black on top. Something's on my scraper. Going to put another color on top of that. That's going to contrast. So I have some green, blue, orange. I want you to be able to see this one, so I think I'll go with this bright yellow. And it's not quite dry here, but my paint's a bit too wet here. So we'll come back in with some more of this yellow. Maybe some lime green. I'm going to try and put white over this layer. Now I have no idea of the results of this really. I have used pastels as resists before in initial layers in my work. So one thing about using resist like a pastel is that you're never going to get rid of it. So you need to keep that in mind. It can have disadvantages too, but you can see it creates a lot of interest. So I'm going to dry this and then maybe do some scraping on it. So I couldn't quickly find a razor blade, so I'm just going to use this X-Acto knife and I'm going to pull back, and you can see how I can pull back through This is kind of like the second, third, and fourth layers. Those little white dots are from the very beginning. So you could be intentional about this when you're doing something and know that you want to scrape back to a design. That could be a lot of fun. Some black in here. Okay, so I'm going to bring some sandpaper into it and see what happens. I can't really seem to get back to my very first layer that was under here, or was that it? Oh, I think that was it. Yeah, so that is the first 3 circles I put down. But I can't really get much of my paint colors back under here. So if I wanted to, I could put more pastel marks on this as well to bring up the coloration a bit, or just paint in some acrylic around some of them, whatever. But I think for now I'm going to just take a look at how this is looking. Let's see. The whole idea behind using your sketchbook and limiting the amount of supplies is so that you can really push the boundaries. I could have used candle wax and masking fluid as well in this, which that could be a different experiment altogether. A lot of times too, you get ideas for other experiments, and it just really gets the creative juices going. And I think that's what's so important, especially if sometimes we get stuck in a bit of a rut and continue doing the same things over and over. And it's good to take the time to just push the boundaries a little bit. So, that's interesting for sure. And I can see the possibilities of using some of this in some mixed media work. I hope you give it a shot yourself.